We live. We live. Double horning it up. Double horns. Welcome everybody to Speculation Sunday. For some reason on my phone, and I don't think we're live yet, but I'm just gonna go with we're live. Thank you guys so much for joining. I know it's a crazy day for many with the hurricane happening and the flooding, the raining, and then all of a sudden earthquake. So my prayers go out to anybody that has to travel right now. Just safe travels, and for all the people that are just outside in the rain, my heart is out there with you. Just be safe and get home today safely. Danny, how you doing, my friend? We got Just Ask Danny in the house. Let's go. How you been, man?
Good. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a light. I mean, we had heavy rain earlier, but I was just telling Mondo, I live further south, so like think below like Irvine, so like Laguna, San Clemente, all that. And the hurricane winds just got here, and it's pretty bad right now. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know if that gives like anyone who's watching maybe in the LA region a little bit of time to prepare, but it is coming, and it just got here right now, and it's just pretty bad.
And when you say that, what was the biggest difference from like what you're seeing outside, like from like 2 hours ago? What's the big change? I want you to tell people that.
Well, the humidity like crazy increased. I could feel it. And then I looked at the weather app and it said it was 94% humidity. And it felt just like the hurricane I experienced in Florida. And then all of a sudden it went from like clear to like completely foggy. Like I couldn't see anything. And then all of a sudden this wind was just blowing everywhere. Rain was hitting the windows and stuff. So it's definitely making its way, right? I think we missed a bunch of it because for whatever reason, a lot of it funneled directly over the desert and like went straight to Vegas. So I know the desert's getting pummeled right now. But a lot of that water is going to Lake Mead and stuff like that. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we maybe missed like the craziness of it all. Although I would say in the next hour or so, it's probably not going to be the best.
Thank God. I don't want to. I was gonna say something. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm just gonna keep it in my. I don't want to jinx nothing. First and foremost, thank you everybody for joining Speculation Sunday, and shout out to the 5 Fire members. We actually got a really cool giveaway to them. Let me see if I could just bring it up. I forgot to get a picture of it. This is a 5 Fire member only exclusive. And it is, oh my gosh, I gotta, give me a second. Where are we at? Oh my gosh, the double screen. All right, here we go. I gave everybody a chance that was a 5 Fire member to enter. And I literally had to hand type everybody's name. It's the big Mickey Blinky. So all the members that joined, for some reason not everybody puts the 5 Fires in there, but it's okay. Whoever put the 5 Fires in there, you're in the running to win this big Mickey Blinky pumpkin. And the name generator is right here. So good luck. May the force be with you. And once again, thank you for being a 5 Fire member just in general and supporting the fire. All right, here we go. I don't know who it's going to be.
The nice part is it's already boxed up too.
Yeah. I just have to ship it. I don't know how much that'll cost, but who's the winner? Re049. I will message you, and let's get that out to you tomorrow or Tuesday. So congratulations. I don't know if Ree's watching, but message me on my email, which is 5fires55555. It's in the description of all my videos at Gmail. And then message me on Instagram, so it's like double verification. So thank you.
Are you going to post the winner in your community too, just in case they see it that way?
Yeah. I'll post after the live. I'll have it all posted there. But congratulations. I don't know who Ree is, but thank you. Hell yeah. And if you would like to become a member of the Five Fire community, I try to do a giveaway every now and then when there's something cool that drops at the park. Uh, and we've done a lot of cool ones, but this is probably the coolest one, a freaking Mickey Blinky pumpkin. My gosh. All right, let's get down to business. Today we're going to go back to like regular Speculation Sunday where we talk about individual theme park. We're not going to do like all over the place like we did last week. And today I want to start off with, or hold on, before we get into deep into Speculation Sunday, Danny, where are you at? I know you were filming. You probably got a podcast coming soon. Give us the information on all that and where we could find it, just for the new people.
Yeah. Podcast episode came out on Wednesday this last week, because on Tuesday I had an episode come out for Walt's Apartment podcast. That was a guest podcast I was on, so you can check them out too. That came out on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday my new episode came out. Went over all the construction going on in downtown Disney, and of course new episode will be out this week on Tuesday, the normal day. And new video this week too. What's happening? What's new? What's happening at Disneyland? Because I had a chance to finally go and film all parts of that over the weekend. It was kind of cool because I was there on Saturday, which is when Disney was preparing for the bad weather, and so every project that they were currently working on, they actually removed the privacy screen from all the scaffolding on all the different projects. So I could see everything they were working on, which made it nice for filming because everything got exposed.
We could see,
but they're obviously, yeah, you could see it all. You could see everything they were doing on Splash Mountain. Although Splash Mountain, they tried to cover it with like tarps because it's all exposed, right? So they don't want it just soaking in there. So,
damn. Does the rain set Splash Mountain back a year? It set back Toontown. They really set it back with Toontown. All right, let's see. I'm just reading the chat real quick. Thank you, everybody. Seriously, thank you. We got Carla and Kiko in the house. Before I went live, I saw they premiered I don't know if it's like touring Dodger Stadium, but they had a Dodger Stadium video. So check that out on Carla and Kiko's channel. All right, let's get started. I want to start off with not scary. Oh my way. Whoa. As we're speaking, emergency alert, National Weather Service. A flash flood warning is in effect for this area until 3 a.m. This is dangerous and life-threatening. Do not attempt to travel unless you are fleeing an area subject to flood or under an evacuation order. Holy smokes. What? Dude.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it just got really bad here. Like, really bad. I'm looking out the window right now, and it's, like, not very nice outside.
Oh, my gosh, dude. I honestly want to say, I don't know how to, like, comprehend this stuff, dude. I feel like we don't get warnings like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just like, it's weird to read that on a cell phone, dude. My goodness. Wow. All right, I'm gonna try to focus. Definitely staying home. I ain't going nowhere until this rain stops. All right, I want to start off with Knott's Scary Farm. The 50th. It's all about these lanterns and the merch. I want to talk about the houses. I want to talk about the shows. I want to talk about the freaking scare zones. This Thursday, we will. We freaking will. With the announcement. Me and Danny are going to be there. Big live stream. I'm very excited. Danny, we got to talk. We're going to go straight into this. We're not beating around the bush today. Shout out to our Knott's Adventure, my favorite Instagram to follow when it comes down to Knott's news, even more than Knott's themselves. Danny, did you have a chance to actually look at this thing? And for the people wondering,
I did not.
This is an event guide for the Knott's Scary Farm announcement. they I don't even know where I could find this, but just screenshot it. Our Knott's Adventure has it on their Instagram. You got Danny. You're gonna be amazed, dude. So for the most part, Not Scary Farm announcement event is just that. It's an announcement, and sometimes they have a little bit of merch, and then you just call it a day. It is what it is. It's just an announcement. Well, this
Yeah.
event is a paid event. I think it was what, $20, and what's coming. I'm gonna read this off, Danny, and then I want to talk about it after. You're going to be able to do the presentation at 7 o'clock on the Calico Mine stage. Pony Express will be open. Origins, the Curse of Calico Lights on Tour. What? That's crazy. Character photo op at Boot Hill Cemetery. Character photo op on Calico Railroad. Wardrobe department. I don't even know what to expect out of that, but that sounds cool over there at the town hall. They're going to have trivia, but the one that really stood out to me, makeup demo at 9 o'clock at Fireman's Brigade stage, or Fireman's Barbecue stage. Meet the creators, which I'm guessing is the creators of Scary Farm itself. History of Scary Farm. They're going to have 3 shows. Birdcage Theater. Monster photo op on Ghost Town Streets. Ghost Rider's going to be open. Character photo op on the Gold Mine Trail. And most importantly, at the very bottom, the Legacy Haunt Store and Museum will be open this freaking Thursday. I am so pumped for this, baby. Let's go!
You'll be able to live stream and show it to everyone.
It's gonna be cool. I'm not vlogging this. I'm live streaming this event. Wi-Fi permitted. Sometimes it's terrible out there, and it is what it is. Danny, how do you absorb this? This is the first time you probably heard the breakdown of it. What are your thoughts? I'll go second.
Yeah, I didn't actually get to see this. This is cool. I love that the shop's going to be open in advance. The walk on lights on tour, that's kind of cool. That's not something that they usually offer to guests that are going to this event that aren't part of like media. So that's really cool. Love the monster photo op idea. This is also a fun thing that normally Knott's Berry Farm does for like just the media. Like when you're entering through that special media entrance, the back of Ghost Town.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool that there will be invited media there, obviously, but there'll be regular guests too that were able to snag a ticket. So it's nice that they're doing that. They're trying to bring value to the people that spent $20 to be able to go to the event. And it looks like they're doing their best to do that. So I think it's really, really cool.
Dare I say it, this is like a $50 event. I'm just being real. You get to do rides. You get to enjoy these like once. I don't want to say once in a lifetime experience, but like lights on tour, makeup demos, history of not. I really feel like this is one of the coolest after dark events of the year, just from any theme park. This is really cool. I really am excited. The Legacy Store is just as important to me as anything at this event. I can't wait to hear the announcements that are coming, and to talk about the announcements. One of them is going to be the official debut of what's coming to Camp Snoopy, where Pumpkin Eater used to be. There used to be a house called Pumpkin Eater. It's over there behind Camp Snoopy, and we actually have photos, Danny. And shout out to Old Time Thrills for tagging us on Insta, or for allowing us to share these photos. Look at this, Danny. I don't know if you've seen this yet, dude. This is the new maze that's coming. We got brickwork, blue and purple bricks. Another photo shows an upside down car right here. Look at this. I couldn't even tell you. Even though I'm looking at all this, there's nothing that says like, oh, it's that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you? What are your thoughts when you see these this construction? Because this still has a lot to be done. Scary Farm is a little bit of like over a month away, so they got time. But what do you think, Danny? What do you think about this maze?
Man, I don't know. That looks like a city. Like you got like a water tower right there, or maybe that's a jail. I don't know. It's like a watchtower and a jail, but
But why upside down car? What?
like a police transport van, maybe.
Yeah, you know, when I saw these photos, my first thought was, even if you showed me Grimoire, if you showed me photos from like 2 or 3 rooms, I could have never guessed that Grimoire was Grimoire, because that maze is just as random as anything. So I don't know what the hell this is going to be, and this is just the beginning portion of that maze. This maze goes deep. Pumpkin Eater was a long walkthrough. Let me keep going with the photos, though, Danny. Check this out. It's right around Sierra's Sidewinder, pretty much in front of Silver Bullet. They set up this, which is supposedly Forsaken Lake inspired. And a lot of people have been saying that this could be one of the lantern interactions. So you walk up to it, and it does something cool, lantern inspired. I don't think it's a scare prop. I believe it's probably a lantern. It's a lantern thing. What are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
that does look very Forsaken Lake inspired.
Mm-hmm.
Although they are already setting up for Forsaken Lake, right?
Yeah, no, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like we always been talking about how we thought Forsaken Lake was such a good concept. It really needed its own maze. Maybe this maze that we're getting in Camp Snoopy is going to be themed to that potentially. Um,
We'll
it would
find
be
out.
really cool. It'd be a really cool concept. It's Forsaken Lake goes right up to Camp Snoopy, so like it could roll into one another. But then, what does that mean for the scare zone in the rest of Camp Snoopy? Right. So I
I
don't
hope
know.
if this is a lantern interaction, um, I hope, maybe I'm being too complicated, but I hope it like provides audio moment that like keeps some type of big story going. So it's like scary, but at the same time, it's like this big story is being built. Uh, do you think they could do that, or that's just too damn complicated? What do you
I
think?
don't know. Knott's gets kind of into these storytelling things. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it
yeah,
was
some
Disney,
of them
I
really
would be
get into
like,
that.
nothing. I'd be like, nah. But what do you think? What do you think?
They could because look at the deep storytelling and storyline that existed for the Goring 20s. Not a lot of people were patient enough to kind of sit there and figure it all out, but there was some pretty involved storytelling there. So that not so Knots isn't like a stranger to like doing that kind of stuff.
like going deep on it. Going deep on it. Another thing with Not Scary Farm, and shout out to Old Time Thrills. This is where Crazy Kirk and the Hillbillies play. We got new boxes that have been set up. These like undercover, or not undercover, but just like they're purposely hiding whatever's behind these curtains. Obviously, this wagon wheel camp, I think is what it's called. This stage is gonna be used for Scary Farm, and people have said, or not people, but just the speculation has been that the hanging would come back, but it would come back here. I still under the belief that if the hanging comes back, it's going to be in the theater because it's very adult, and Puppet Up really emphasize like if you're in this room, there's going to be some adult content coming through, a lot of cussing and just other stuff. But if the hanging comes here, I would say it could be pulled off because this was a fun stunt show back then. So I could see that because the hanging involves stunts, like it was fire, people being hanged, obviously witches being flying over. I don't know. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Danny, because this is where the conversation gets interesting. What the hell is this? Camp Snoopy, all this Camp Snoopy talk. They took out the bus ride. I don't even know what it's called. And they took out the little kid coaster that used to be right here on the left side. But the interesting part is that they left the trees. What? It's weird to see because we know a coaster's coming to Universal Studios Hollywood, and they said goodbye trees real fast. They got those trees out of the way real fast. When I see trees here, is it really a roller coaster coming, or what is Knott's trying to do? Maybe these trees are like too historic because they've probably been there a long time. Because I know a lot of those trees in Camp Snoopy, some of them have actually been here the whole time, like since the beginning. What
Yeah,
are
so
your
I was
thoughts?
thinking about. I have a perfect thought on this, and actually, everyone's been talking about it on Twitter. It kind of was just announced, and I was like, maybe this sounds like it'd be a great thing. I'm not saying that this is confirmed or anything. It's just
Yeah.
tons of people like. So the company RMC Rocky Mountain Construction, they make those fancy new like wooden roller coasters that everyone loves that are like a hybrid of like wood with like those vinyl tracks that are really smooth. So like Twisted Colossus, where the roller coaster can just make these insane moves that normally a wooden roller coaster can't do. Um, so Rocky Mountain Construction just announced, literally like in the last couple days, a brand new family coaster called a Wild Moose coaster instead of like a Wild Mouse. So a Wild Mouse coaster, an example of that is Goofy Sky School at Disney California Adventure Park. That's a Wild Mouse coaster where it's got like one car and it just goes, all these crazy turns. Well, they actually put it, and I sent it to you, Mondo, as a direct link.
Yeah.
They actually just announced. They just announced a new family coaster called a Wild Moose coaster, and it's basically like a condensed Ghost Rider, like a little baby Ghost Rider, and it can make these crazy moves. And I'm like, what a perfect place to like stick something like that in over at Knott's Camp Snoopy.
Okay. Okay. So let me see. Put you on the bottom there, Danny. Right here.
Yeah,
Wild Moose Family. Dude, that looks like a crazy ass roller coaster. like, uh, damn.
and it's really compact. It's not like super big.
And I could see that because the main thing about Camp Snoopy, like going back to the photos, where'd it go? There's not a lot of space there, even though it looks like a lot of space. But when we're talking roller coaster, there's no space. Like I could see this get there. I don't know
Hmm.
what they would call it. The Wild Snoopy ride.
Or
but
they
that's
could they could it could be like the little like the little kids version of Ghost Rider.
okay. It's like this is your first coaster you ever do. Like as a kid. I can see that. I
Yeah.
can. Carl and Kiko say we have Psycho Mouse at California Great America. What is that? Never heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a I want to shout out Darnell Wright. Darnell Wright, sorry for your loss. That's really sad. In the chat there.
Wow. Darnell Wright, I'm sorry for your loss. Um, man, my condolences go out to you and your family, and um, the Five Fire community is here with you always. Um, man, I'm sorry for your loss, Darnell Wright.
Yeah.
Damn. Man, it's like hard to move on from that. But Darnell Wright, man, my prayers will definitely be with you today. All right, let me see.
We got let's see here.
They better leave
Peter
Charlie
Darmanian.
alone. What were you gonna say, Darren?
Peter Darmanian. Peter Darmanian in the chat said it looks fun, like it could be a Knott's version of Goofy's Sky School. Um, yeah, and then Carla and Kiko said the Psycho Mouse. I don't know what the Psycho Mouse is.
Let's bring up Psycho Mouse. Psycho Mouse. Great America? California? Great I'm looking at Psycho Mouse. It really reminds me of like Goofy Sky School. and they already have the Goofy Sky School knee crusher over there in Boardwalk, at the Boardwalk side by Accelerator. It's definitely not this. I have a feeling it's not that one. Um, but if I had to take a guess, I think Knott's will announce something soon. They usually do. I don't. They're not like Universal where they'll wait forever and then finally announce something. I feel like Knott's will say something. Knott's will say something. We got a super chat from Rick, Theme Park Adventures. Mondo and Danny, I got you guys a cool Steamboat Willie Weiss Schwartz trading card. Where can I send it? I was hoping to see you guys this weekend, but Hillary, man, I couldn't make it out there this weekend. There's a P.O. box in the link or in the description of this live stream right now. You could send it there. Anything that wants to be sent to Danny, you can send it to that P.O. box. And I get emails when things arrive, and I usually try to get stuff quick. But if you want, Rick, please send it there. And thank you for the kind gift. All right. Darnell, right? That's like, it's tough to just like, but Darnell, right? Once again, I just want to say our prayers are with you. All this talk, Danny, about construction happening in Camp Snoopy. I'm just gonna say it. What in the Baba Fleek is going on with Montezuma? What about Montezuma? Are we getting King Thanos? Is that what's going on? We're getting Avenger e-ticket, right? Maybe they're just like, hey, we'll work on Montezuma late 2024 into 2025. Like, people are enjoying Fiesta Village for what we have to offer in general.
Right.
Maybe Montezuma just doesn't have that much value right now where we should focus on that. Because at this time, they've gone full force in Camp Snoopy. They're going full force in a Not Scary Farm. Where's the budget and the time and construction to go into Montezuma? And they even went into Accelerator because they're testing that now. What are your thoughts, Danny? Are we getting King Thanos in Knott's Berry Farm? That's a new term.
I mean, it sounds like they're definitely not working on the project in the way that they said they were going to, right? Like, it was supposed to have been done already. It was supposed to debut with the brand new Fiesta Village. So something has delayed it. Don't know what that is. Maybe, I know Knott's really prioritized getting this part for Accelerator custom fabricated and literally shipped over to their park because the company doesn't make parts for this anymore. So it's kind of an antiquated launch system, right? Accelerator uses like a flywheel launch, a hydraulic launch where like it pulls the cable really hard. There's another ride just like this at another Cedar Fair park called Top Thrill Dragster, but they're actually modifying the roller coaster so that it can work with magnet launch, just like most roller coasters do nowadays. So Accelerator truly is like one of a kind, right? There's like very few roller coasters left that launch in this way. So my thought, Mondo, is that they just maybe spent all their budget to really, because they're just like, we have to fix Accelerator no matter what. We cannot let it sit here. And they don't have the budget or the space to do what they're doing with Top Thrill Dragster to make it like a new ride.
Yeah.
So I think they just had to put Montezuma on the back burner while they worked on all this. That's my thought on it.
They're just like, Montezuma 2025. That's really, I know nobody wants to hear that, but like, Knott's Berry Farm, Montezuma is just like, it's not really affecting Fiesta Village. They get to do the shows, they get to do all the foods. They have Jaguar, which is in Soul Spin. I think they're good. They're just like, hey, we got the cantina open. We're making money. So I think Montezuma got put on the back burner. Hopefully, dare I say it, Watch them just be like, "Hey, we're just gonna open Montezuma regular. We're actually not gonna do that future one." I could see that happen, Danny. Where they're just like, "Hey, we're just gonna save that budget, and you're just gonna get the regular Montezuma because uh,
Yeah.
you never know. Knott's doesn't have these Universal budgets, Disney budgets, so it's tough for them to extend their reach on all these projects. We got a super chat from Darnell Wright. So sorry, Mondo Danny. I didn't mean to bring Speculation Sunday down. Let's just enjoy it. No, never feel sorry. Are you kidding me, Darnell Wright? I feel like I've known you for so long. My heart truly goes out to you. Like, man, for me, I'm getting older, and those words of like, I saw somebody post in the comments just a little bit ago, like, hold your loved ones tight, tell the people you love that you love them. I take all those words so serious now, and every time I see my mom and dad, I always hug them and kiss them. That was not like a normal thing that I do, but now I just do it. I don't even care if it's weird. I'm gonna kiss you, Dad. I love you. You know, I want to hug him, and but I'm truly sorry for your loss, Darnell. The pain of that. I just appreciate your time, uh, and my condolences go out to you and your family. It's just, man, it's freaking life's just hard. It's crazy. Um, Let me see. Since Accelerator is the first launch coaster of its kind, it's probably why they want to keep that ride in its original form for as long as they can. Oh, man, I think Accelerator is a wonderful ride, but absolutely garbage. Like, what is it called? Load time? The capacity's bad. I'm just throwing it out there. They could create the mega coaster that was coming, and nobody would complain if we lost Accelerator for a mega coaster that has way more capacity, way faster run time. But whatever, it is what it is. We just got a new member, Junior, becoming a 5-star member. Thank you, Junior. You could use the emojis. I will be adding more before Halloween Horror Nights. Might even have some Scary Farm ones that we need to add, but we don't even know what's coming for Scary Farm. That's why it's hard to create some emojis for Scary Farm. But thank you, Junior. We'll have some for Oogie Boogie Bash. For Knott's Berry Farm, I want to get into a touchy subject, Danny. Are you going to get yourself a Nobu necklace? What is a Nobu necklace? It's you wear this necklace to significantly reduce the likelihood of being scared by monsters in scare zones. You cannot use this in mazes or indoor scare zones.
Yeah, so it looks like from the picture that this necklace is gonna light up, or maybe light up in flash. And so they don't allow lighting like that inside the mazes, because it can mess with the thematic elements and also the performers too. So it makes sense that you can only use the maze or use it outside the mazes. But in all honesty, I don't know. I don't know why you're going to the event.
What do you mean? I'm going to Knott's Nobu Farm. you know, I have a couple thoughts. I did a video on this earlier. So these are my thoughts. This is obviously to make money. That's the first and foremost. Does it fill a void that Knott's was like, hey, we're missing out on money. Some people want to come to this event, but they don't want to get scared. Let's tend to them. Maybe they did like a what is it called? Surveys, and maybe they got some analytics that were like, hey, some people want to come to this event, but just don't like being scared in scare zones. You know what? My first thought was, Danny, is it has to be tough for the scare actor because you're like, my whole job's scaring. What? Just because you're kind of like in monster mode and you're like, damn, you gotta. I'm sorry, I didn't see your boo necklace.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
going to be a learning curve, is what I'm trying to say. It has to be tough for.
yeah, it's like it kind of reminds me of like I mean, a lot of theme parks have been doing this. Like Disney does this um at their table service restaurants that have characters, because some kids are scared of characters, right? So even though they still want to dine there, maybe see it from far away, they don't want to be approached by them. So like Disney would tie like different colored balloons to like different chairs, to indicate to the characters, don't go to this child. Someone mentioned in the chat earlier, I remember that last year SeaWorld had something similar. But
Yeah,
I just feel like
I've seen
I
them
just
do.
feel like in the yeah, I just feel like in the case of this Mondo specifically, I feel like it's really just setting up like Knott's guest services to just get inundated with complaints.
Yeah,
Because if you're spending money on something and you're spending $14 on it,
I wanted to
and
work.
you're
I wanted to
yeah,
look.
and your intention is that it's gonna work, but a monster like accidentally scares you because they're just not like, maybe they can't see right out of their mask or whatever, and they're kind of blocked. Like maybe you go and complain to the guest services, and you're like, I spent $14 on this and I still got scared a bunch of times, and then I just feel like
If
it's
I was in
setting up.
guest relations, I'd be like, "You're at Not Scary Farm."
Yeah, I
It's
just
just like
feel
you're
like
at Not
it's
Scary
setting up.
Farm.
I feel like it's setting up negativity for the team members, the associates that work there. Um, so it'd be a different thing if they weren't selling this and it was just something they gave out to you, and then you have to give it back when you're at the end of the night. That would be a different thing, because then they couldn't get the complaints, from people that if they complain, they could say, well, it's not guaranteed, but here's like, I think people are more likely to complain if they're spending money on it and it's not working out how they wanted.
Yeah, somebody put in my comments on my Instagram post that said, "Well, what about if you're in a group and they don't have necklaces, and you're just kind of part of the scares that are going down when you're walking through scare zones? You're not really immune at that point because you're just in a group full of people, and their job is to scare you." But like Danny said, yeah, this has public or guest relation complaint all over it, which sucks because like that's their job. Their job is to scare you. They're a monster. You're a not scary farm. Uh, this was done at Hollow Scream, and a lot of people bought it when I went to that event. And people were buying this thing. Um, I think this is just maybe their introduction to get people in a scary farm that wouldn't normally come. I just want to throw this out there. I like it's just been on my mind since I saw this thing. Why did it not just create like a QR code that says walk this route if you just want to avoid scare zones? You know what I
Well,
mean? I
the
just
first
say
thing I thought of,
free,
when I saw this Mondo
free.
was, um, what was my thought was last year, right? Last year, Knott's Berry Farm kind of got messed up from the chaperone policy.
Chaperone policy
Uh,
just wreck the crowds.
it just wrecked the crowds. There was like snow waits. They didn't have nearly as much money as they normally make. So my thought was, is this exists for the chaperone policy. The parent that doesn't want to go, but all the kids want to go. They wear this necklace, and then the kids kind of go do their thing, and the adults just sitting in the scare zone with the no scare necklace on, so that they don't get scared.
Hmm,
Um, that
okay.
was my that was my immediate thought with it when I saw it, but still I was like, I don't know.
And my other thought about the Nobu necklace, I don't want to say that like scare actors are not aggressive at other theme parks, but I really feel like at Not Scary Farm they're pretty damn aggressive. So like to be told like, hey, you can't scare that person. It's like it's like I'm in the fog. I can't see that. I'm just here to scare people. Yeah, it's gonna be a learning curve. But we'll see how it plays out. For the people that are interested in it, I hope it works out and you do have a better experience because that's the whole goal of a Nobu necklace is for you to enjoy the event, even though you probably wouldn't have if it didn't exist. So I hope people get to enjoy it. If you get scared while you're wearing that necklace, don't get mad. It happens. Even if it happens like 10 times, like you're at Scary Farm. It's just it's a crazy one. I said I don't say this phrase very often, but I did not have that on my bingo card coming out of the 50th of Not Scary Farm. We got Big Rags dropping a super chat. Hope everybody is safe in SoCal. Speculation Sunday is always a vibe. And boom! Boom!
We also got a new member, Mod. I don't know if you mentioned that already.
Let me see. I'm catching up. I'm so sorry. We got Kaylee as well. What characters are at Oogie Boogie? Kaylee, I will highlight and we'll come back to your question just because we're on Knott's right now, but we'll do Disneyland next. I got you highlighted. I promise we'll get to you, Kaylee. Real quick, which one was the new member, Danny?
Junior Gonzalez.
Yeah, we got Junior. Five Fires, Junior. Delgado or Jeff Delgado draws dropping the fire. Woo! Love hearing you guys talk about Scary Farm these last few weeks. Hope I get to meet you guys this Thursday. Anything crazy you hope they announce? I'll let Danny go first.
Man, I mean, the idea. I mentioned to Monda, like, I don't really like the idea of like a best hits, greatest hits maze that like we're rumored to be getting. But I'm so excited for whatever comes. I'm hoping that the maze and the scare zone coming to the Camp Snoopy area that we kind of saw a little bit of a preview of. I'm really hoping that it just has an awesome theme that can carry it for the next few years, because I feel like it has a lot to live up to, filling in for Pumpkin Eater, because that was such a scary concept, right? It was really creepy. It fit the vibes of that really wooded area back there. So I really hope something lives up to that. I was hoping we'd see more insides of the gift shop, but now that I know we're actually going to be able to go into it, I think I'm most excited about that too.
Yeah, for me, I'm excited for hopefully a big theatrical entertainment show in the Walter Knott Theater. They close it for summer. At the end of the day, they're coming from a banging Christmas Snoopy on Ice show. So the theater is always like, that's like, I almost want to say that's the main event. They go all out for the theater. So I can't wait to find out what the theater is, because I have heard it is going to be used for Scary Farm. I don't know. I'm not really, I know this sounds kind of bad, but like, I'm not really excited for the houses because like, I don't know what I'm excited for. I don't know. I could have never guessed Grimoire or Bloodline. It's like one of those, like, I'll be way more excited come Thursday when we know stuff, and then we could speculate of like what could be in a house or what could be in a scare zone, because there is new scare zones. But I think the other thing, Jeff, I'm most excited for is if Fiesta Village gets used for Scary Farm, because then that's just a humongous W, if you ask me. If Fiesta Village is becoming like Cars Land. It transforms with everything in such a great way, because like Cars Land's regular, Halloween, and Christmas. That's like Fiesta Village, hopefully. So we'll see. But thank you, Jeff. We also got Brian Sevilla dropping a super chat. You know what's funny? I bought that necklace 2 years ago so that monsters would scare me before Nobu. It never turned on though, so I returned it. It was a cruel joke. If that thing doesn't turn on for kids. Oh, man. Did they... Am I tripping? Did not sell this stuff before? And I just never bypassed that? There's no way not sold that.
Well, I think that they were saying... I think this person was saying they bought like a light up necklace in hopes that it might attract the monsters to scare more.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Yeah, I see. But I would say this year, if you're going to Knott's Berry Farm, just from the photo, it looks like it's a light up necklace where like the whole thing's gonna pulse. That's what it looks like. The one my guess is
was a full necklace thing too, Dan, like how you're describing.
Yeah, and it's like, and the little pendant's probably gonna pulse. So I would say if you're like making outfits and stuff like that, and you're going to Scary Farm, don't wear anything lit up, just so that you don't get mistaken for not wanting to be scared.
I know, right? It's like, it's gonna be interesting, Brian. It's gonna be interesting. Uh, let me see. We got regular Josh One dropping a super chat. Wasn't Not Scary Farm a 13 and up event? Do they allow kids at this event now? I can't really tell. This is off the top of my head. I feel like I've seen like an 8-year-old. I feel like, no lie, like a 10-year-old. But obviously with their parents, never like just roaming around by themselves. I don't think it's a 13. I think it's just one of those where like it's like a recommended age, but not necessarily like, hey, are you 13? You can't come in here. It's not like that. I've never interpreted it like that. Yeah, I would say you're brave enough, and you're an 8-year-old, and your parents are willing to take you. You should be able to go. But I just want to throw it out there. Scary Farm is like very intense. The whole goal of this event, as soon as you walk in, is to scare the heck out of you. That's literally the goal. It's Scary Farm. All right, Danny, that's it for Scary Farm and Knott's. Anything else you want to talk about, or just closing thoughts on Knott's? Closing thoughts.
Man, I really hope that they have some great food options. And not Scary Farm. They kind of brought the fire last year, I feel, with food. They haven't for like some of their other events, but for Scary Farm, they had some really cool things. So I'm really hoping that they do that for the 50th. I'm excited for the merch. I want to see I also want to see the lantern in person. So I don't want to judge it until I see it. So I'm hoping they have it on Thursday so we can see it.
Yeah, I hope it is available on Thursday. I'll be buying one, and I hope it lives up to some fun, like some fun, unique experiences that involve nothing with the mazes. It's just part of your experience, like to walk around and enjoy the theme park. Alex says, although you need to be at least 16 to go without a chaperone. Okay, so yeah, you just need a chaperone. The whole chaperone policy will be in effect once again this year. Go to Scary Farm, Josh. If there was ever a year to go to Scary Farm, it's absolutely this year. We just don't know nothing to talk about right now. Oh, man. All right, let's move on to the next theme park, which is going to be Disneyland. I'm saving Universal for last. Disneyland. Oh, my Lanta. I made a video and I called it Walls Disney. And that's a joke from Chris from a long time ago. Wow, there's a lot of construction. There is a lot of construction. Danny saw it firsthand. He was there yesterday. How did things look for you? Because you saw a lot of exposed stuff. For me, it was a lot of scaffolding.
Yeah, so. You could pull it up on Twitter if you want to. It was cool. There was a lot of. I was shocked at how much progress they actually made over in San Francisco as far as some additional details. There's Japanese writing on just about every surface of every building when you're inside the land. And it's really cool because even things like the bakery tour now, they have a brand new sign that hangs down. It's all in Japanese. And it kind of looks like you've stepped into Tokyo Disney for a little bit. It's kind of cool. But everything else has gotten signs. Rita's Turbine Blenders, it has new signage, all paint all over it. It's got new canvases that came out on it that weren't there before. One thing I did notice though, Mondo, yesterday, I was there on a Saturday and it was not even like 7 p.m. yet. And the bakery tour, the bakery tour and Rita's Turbine Blenders were closed already. And I was talking to someone and they said that that's a normal occurrence. And I was like, really? I did not expect them to close like the margarita place early.
Yeah. But I don't ever recall the bakery closing early. I want to. This is on your Twitter, Danny. Or hold on. Did we get a super chat? Dude, Jasmine just said too. I feel it is raining harder, without a doubt. Rick's Theme Park Adventures. I know it's hard, but if both of you were to choose, and if you had to go to one Halloween event, where are you going? Halloween Horror Nights, without a doubt. Just that's my honest opinion. What
Yeah,
about
if you're not, for me personally, and it was just this year, I would choose Knott's Berry Farm just because it's the 50th, and I want to see what they have going. But if you're coming and you're asking us to choose for you in the sense that you're trying to decide which one to buy, if you're not like a super huge Knott's fan, you're not big on this, like, kind of seeing what's new, you'll probably get the most bang for your buck from Halloween Horror Nights, just because you're going to immediately know and recognize all the scares, and things that are there, right? It's going to bring that a level of immersiveness that, you might not get right off the bat with Knott's Berry Farm. If you want to be like really scared, Knott's Berry Farm is usually a lot scarier. And if you're trying to avoid crowds, if Knott's is anything like last year, the chaperone policy really did a number on their scary farm, and that just isn't the case at Halloween Horror Nights. So
it's going
if
to
you're
be
trying to beat if you're trying to beat the crowds, Scary Farm might be the better option for you. But personally, I would go to Scary Farm this year just because of the 50th. But Horror Nights, man, is like one of my favorites. So I'm
yeah,
wearing my my Horror Nights shirt right now.
that's a cool one. The reason I say Horror Nights, I've been covering the theme parks for a while, and I just have this hunch that like this might be one of their most epic years ever. I'm seeing it firsthand. I've been seeing the construction, the rumor mill, their announcements that all the houses are announced now, and some like the hint of those scare zones that we got a couple days ago. Horror Nights, I just feel like they're going God mode. I don't know how else to say it. And they've been working since February. And Stranger Things, supposedly they've been working on that since last year. So to me, that just says like there's big things coming. So Scary Farm, as you saw, they're not even done with anything like that Camp Snoopy maze. So and we don't know what's coming. It's hard for me to get like go to Knott's for this reason. I can't tell you. I don't. I'll tell you on Thursday. Thursday, but the real answer. I know it sounds corny. The real answer is go to both. They're so different. They're not even. They're not the same. They're just their own worlds. And if there was ever a year to go to both, it's this year for real. We got G Movie Maker. Woo! G Movie Maker. Today is my 1 year anniversary for being a member of the super amazing horn blasting Five Fires. Let's go! 1 year. Thank you, G Movie Maker. Yeah, I'm hitting the horn a lot today. I'm addicted. I've already said it. I'm honest about it. All right. Before we get into the theme park, we got to talk about all this crazy stuff happening outside the theme park when it comes down to Disneyland. Danny got to see what was on the other side of these walls. I just heard the construction. What is this? Are they putting up a fence or something? What's going? Is this like a little lake they're gonna put, or a little river bend? What's going on? I don't get it.
So this is, if you remember, not that long ago, Mondo, they unveiled all this cement work that they did in front of the monorail station that had that new look with that new planter, right? That's like kind of more modern looking. It's really jagged edge. They had like broken up pieces of glass, like laid in the little decorative pieces in between. They're completely ditching the old vibe of the cement that they had in Downtown Disney before that really went with that garden theme of 2000. And they are doing it in subsections. I originally thought that maybe they had cut out those sections to like lay down pipes and stuff or electricity to go over to like Din Tai Fung and the other shops across the street. But it's not the case. When you look at it from the other angle, it's actually just decorative elements in the cement, just like they have over by the monorail station. So it's going to have that darker black stripe kind of grayer stripe in the cement. Uh, so a lot of us, Mondo was there. He was hearing jackhammering, all kinds of stuff.
It
It
was
sounded
loud.
like some stuff was going down at the ESPN Zone building. But now that the scrims had to come down because of the storm, there was nothing done except for the cement was replaced. So you can see the old cement work on the right, which is kind of like that maroon colored um, vibe that Downtown Disney's had its whole time, and then on the left is that brand new cement with the decorative pieces in it.
This is just so random, Danny. Um,
So
does
I don't know what it is, but like it seems weird that you know they're they're making it so much that like the ESPN zone is like staying in place, and I'm like, man, like what's going
it
on with that building?
almost says ESPN Zone will just be here for a long time, right? It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it's strange.
Let me talk about this, Danny. What in the Baba Freak? So we got buildings going up now.
So wait, go back a little bit, Mondo.
Yeah. Let me see. Right there.
Go back to like where you just started that.
Right. Oh my gosh. There we go.
Right there. Leave a pause. See the cement work? How it's like gray with like the darker stripes in it? That's
Yeah.
what they're doing. That's what they're recreating over in front of ESPN Zone. So that new
Uh,
planter, how it's like, it's got that black planter now. It doesn't have the leaf with like the rounded cement on it. It's like a straight flat bench, more modern, more mid-century. And then the planter lines kind of go into the decorative pieces on the ground. That's the new cement work that they're building around ESPN.
okay. And then we got this building, which will be stores, I'm guessing. Some people said it's going to be Portos, but I find it hard to believe. We got like this entertainment area, which is probably similar to that use. And then in that distance, dude, right here, Danny, uh, all pretty much exposed. I really can't get a good down view at it because you have to stay at the hotel. Um, do you believe that's Din Tai Fung?
Yeah, Disney already confirmed it.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Oh. It's
Yeah,
just weird to me because
Scott
uh,
Gooston reached out for a statement from Disney, and they confirmed the location.
all right. So since now we know it's confirmed, um, it seems like there's a big effort to bring the life back to this end of downtown Disney because, for the most part, it's not that busy down there. It's just kind of Star Wars Trading Post, and I guess Lego store. Din Tai Fung is for sure gonna bring the crowds, and whatever else is
Yeah.
coming across Din Tai Fung. Do you think that other building is Portos? Because I always interpreted Portos was supposed to be over there where the entrance is for downtown Disney, like where Earl's Sandwich is currently. But some people keep saying this is that building right there is going to be what is it called again? Portos. Gosh, it just keeps leaving my name. It's just Portos and Disney
Uh,
doesn't come in my that doesn't go in my head very often. Do you think this is
no,
Portos?
I still think Portos is going to keep their old location. This is actually a bigger change than we thought, right? This is changing the entire shape of downtown Disney. And that building that you're looking at right there, we're looking at the side of the shops. So where Mickey's at, that's going to be the direction that's the shop's fronts are facing. So they're facing to the right of this side. So when you're in this part of downtown Disney now, you're going to walk straight out here. So think of downtown Disney making a left shape like a number
Oh,
7.
that's what's weird. Now you're going left.
Yeah, so now you're going left, so you're kind of L shaping it right there. The weird part about Din Tai Fung being where it's located is literally like within 2 feet of the wall on the other side is security. So like it's just weird that security and albeit and I want to say too like Disney's security tents have never looked good. They all look really janky and ghetto and just really bad. They've always been temporary. They've never spent the money to make them permanent. They all look really bad. Whereas on the other hand, the Disney World ones are permanent, fixed in the ground. They have built-in ceiling fans for the employees that work there. They have like Mister fans built in at like the Animal Kingdom ones. Like
Yeah,
they all look really nice, right? So like having this like janky security tent set up right next to this really fancy restaurant. Because remember, Din Tai Fung is a very high end, like upscale restaurant.
expensive.
So it just that seems weird to me. Like having these janky tents for security, like within feet of the restaurant, which leads me to believe that we might see security change its location to
It's going to
somewhere
go to the
else, right?
left. It's going to the left,
Yeah,
right?
because remember we saw that artwork, Motto. Don't forget, we saw that artwork that looked like they had those turnstiles
Let
in
me bring it
downtown
up.
Disney. We're like, what the heck are those? What the heck are those turnstiles in downtown Disney? So I'm thinking security's gonna
Oh,
be like on the other
security!
side of where the guy is.
It's
Yeah.
security. That's what it is. We were hoping it was another gate, but it's probably. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to bring it up. Where is this concept art? Is it like a Parks blog or something? Man, they do not make it easy to find. Um, what do I put? Turnstiles, I guess. Turnstiles.
Well, you could just say new downtown Disney concept art because it was just part of like a big lump of all of that going on. But I think yeah, a lot of people in the chat are saying like they love Din Tai Fung. This is not just like a California thing, right? Like this restaurant like exists in China, like it exists in other Asian countries, and it's a very high end restaurant. So there you go. So that's my thought is maybe that's like security, or like maybe these guests have just walked through security, or like are going to be walking through security. I'm hoping that they put a nicer security checkpoint because having the little tents, janky little tent set up right next to Din Tai Fung is kind of weird, in my opinion. So I'm hoping that this is like still coming to downtown Disney in some capacity.
All right, and Robin, thank you for supporting the fire. I appreciate the super chat. Um, wow. So, do we get Walt Disney World security right here? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going
Da-
on. I
da-
did peep that
well,
new.
I was gonna say, Danny, if they get security like that right there, then they better put that on Harbor side, at Toy Story entrance side, right? I'm just
I
saying.
know.
I'm just saying.
I think I think they're leaving Toy Story janky and temporary. Um, because I think they're leaving Toy Story janky and temporary because they don't really know what they're doing with that space yet. I think there's a lot of plans for that area of Disneyland Resort, and they don't want to make anything permanent until they have all plans in play for that space of Disneyland. But we can kind of suspect that this is going to be a pretty permanent spot, even when Disneyland Forward construction projects are to begin on any of these areas. Um, it still fits into that.
Damn. Damn, that's exciting. New security, logistical changes. So that means like people coming out of Disneyland Hotel have to walk all the way to the right and then come in through the backside of like Din Tai Fung, right? That's there's a lot of changes coming to downtown Disney and just Disneyland Resort, hotels, everything. We got Allie A, 12 months of membership. Thank you, Allie, for supporting the fire and for believing in us. 12 months. Holy smokes. It's been too long, y'all. The winds and rain is going loca in Big Bear right now. Stay safe, everyone. 1 year of being a 5-5 member. 5-5. Let's go. Stay safe.
I would be.
I was just going to say, like,
Uh,
dude, dealing with rains in Big Bear, because there's not a lot of, like, routes streetwise or like freeways to maneuver, so it's probably congested right now. What were we gonna say, Danny?
yeah, I was gonna say, has it picked up in your space?
Yeah, dude, it's raining hard now. I could just imagine the floodings coming through now. Um, Dude, I'm just glad we're home. Like, it's just for me, I'm always scared to drive in the rain. Not because of like me. It's just anybody driving in the rain. Someone could what do they call it? Hydro lift or like hydro surf, I think is what they call it, with tires and stuff. Yeah, driving in the rain is just scary. But Allie, hey, thank you for supporting the fire. Um, Let me see. Nick, Tomorrowland,
Crickets.
crickets.
I like the
Tomorrowland, crickets.
I like that Nick gave us two versions of cricket: the sport and the insect.
That's why I hit it twice. I hit it twice. Oh man, that is true. They demolished the French fry rocks. They demolished that like front area because they're gonna do this blue gardening or something. I don't even know what it is. I can't even remember that artwork no more. But now they just put like those plants that use small amounts of water and rocks, I think, and just Disneyland went super. We're gonna use the least amount of water throughout the theme park. They ended up doing the fake grass now. A lot of grass that you're looking at Disneyland's fake. It's not even real anymore, which is good for water conservation. All right, that's it for outside the theme park, Danny. Let's get inside the theme park because there's a lot of juicy stuff happening. The first one, I want to go to my Instagram post real quick. Is it Instagram? Did I post it on Instagram? Oh my gosh, I posted it on X. I guess I should call it by its proper name these days. I posted this up.
I gotta remember to do that.
It's just hard because like we've been saying Twitter for so long. Right here. Oh, my bad. Hold on. There we go. This is a big update because for the most part we couldn't see nothing, but the treehouse is now exposed. What are your thoughts? Initial thoughts, Danny? It's finally out in the open. You know, it's closer than it's ever been to opening. This is like three years, I think, or 4 years in the making.
Yeah. I think the first thing that stands out to me right away, which I loved, and I knew we were getting it because we saw it in the artwork, was the little water buckets traveling up and down the tree. I think that was one of my favorite, most memorable things as a kid, you know, because I was really, really young when I did Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. So, but I can distinctly remember those little bamboo cups traveling up to the tree with the water in it, you know, and making the water travel all over the tree. It's a really fun kinetic kind of little thing happening where you see the water traveling through the pipes and kind of dumping from one space to the other. As a kid, I was fascinated by it. I thought it was so cool. I was like, wow, look at this treehouse. They got like water up here, and it was just super cool. So seeing those bamboo conveyor belt cups going back up there, bringing the water, and then they're gonna have the water wheel on top of that down below. It's looking really good. I don't necessarily know that the project should need to have take this long, but I'm glad that they're paying a little bit of homage to Disneyland history. Even though it is the Adventureland Treehouse inspired by the Swiss Family Robinson, man, it's I'm excited to see it. Not looking forward to the slow-moving crowds though going through that tree.
Why did Tarzan have to go though? Tarzan is like loved by everybody, and the treehouse, I feel like, is not even in the top 10 for the majority of fans of Disneyland that need change. Like, it might not even be top 20, dude. Like, you know what needs change is that treehouse over there. We've had enough of that, Tarzan. It's like nobody ever said that. Nobody. We got Rachel Burke dropping a super chat. And first one ever, I'm going to give her the double horn. Triple horn. By fires, Rachel. I appreciate your kindness and support. And thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Jessica, shout out to our mod. We're at how much? 285 likes. We got over 800 people in the chat. Thank you all for joining. But smash, absolutely demolish that like button. Demolish that like button. Let's get a 500 likes. I believe we could do it. We could do it. Do it. Where's that drop? Just do it.
Just do it.
All right, Danny. Is this treehouse opening up the end of August? Dare I say it? End of September?
There was a moment when I thought they were going to delay this project into next year's budget and just open it after the new year, keep it kind of covered up. But then Disney announced that it was, they did share in some sort of small kind of announcement on it that it was opening later this year. So we know it's coming. Disney also used later this year for Tiana's Palace restaurant and then announced it was opening September 7th, which is only a couple weeks away. So later this year could literally mean so many different things.
We're gonna announce Avatar Experience at Disneyland soon. We're going on like 8 months now. Where's some? Give us something, Bob Iger, Josh D'Amaro, Scott, who's the president? Oh my gosh, it's like leaving my head. Who's the president of Disneyland?
Ken Potrock.
Ken Potrock, give us something. We want to hear something. Where in the Baba Freak is the Avatar Experience coming? I guess soon in Disneyland terms means like 2 to 5 years. You'll hear something soon.
But speaking of that, Mondo, do you have a post on your Instagram for Tiana's Palace restaurant?
I do not. It's on. I have it on my X. So
okay.
I have it on YouTube.
Well, go ahead and pull that up. But yeah, so of course, if you guys haven't already heard the news, since the last time we had Speculation Sunday, Disney announced that Tiana's Palace would be opening up on September 7th. And this was such a weird move because that's a Thursday. It's also the same day as the first day of Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. And
why we all know the same day? Why?
We all know Disney loves to counter anything that Universal does with something on their own, whether it's a news announcement or what. So you can expect a really weird lineup in your news feed that day because you're going to see content from us in Tiana's Palace restaurant, and then we're transitioning to Horror Nights.
Yeah, it's going to be like, look at this wonderful food from Tiana's Palace, and then hours later, like Chucky killing somebody. Like, that's like the feed on September 7th. It will be like that. That's literally what's going to happen. Danny, you were there firsthand to see all this. To me, it looked like they put a lot of tables in there, and the tables are different from what they used to have when it was French Market and just regular mid julep. It really looks like they're upping the capacity of what that can hold in that area. We do know Tiana's Palace will have mobile order, which is always great. But do you expect big changes to happen inside the restaurant? Because I really don't. There's not a lot of space in a French Market vicinity, and what I'm trying to refer to when I walk into like a new restaurant that Disney does, if they were ever to do, I feel like there's lots of like Easter eggs and like beautiful decor in whatever theme they're trying to do. I'll give you a prime example. Yeah. Fedora's Chic Boutique. The whole from every inch of that building or room or just shop is completely themed to the Tiana backstory. So is French Market gonna be beautiful? What do you think, Danny? Or not French Market, but Tiana's
Well,
Palace.
Let me go ahead and read a little excerpt from the announcement, which was not very big. But it says here, the Tiana's Palace restaurant opening will mark the next step in bringing more of Princess Tiana's stories to life in New Orleans Square, which began with Eudora's Chic Boutique featuring Tiana's Gourmet Secrets last year and will continue with the opening of Tiana's Bayou Adventure attraction in 2024. And then they move on to say kind of how there's subtle changes in the restaurant. So like Mondo and I were talking about, we didn't really think they're going to have super big changes here, and it sounds like they're confirming that. So it says, there will be so many elegant yet subtle details throughout the restaurant that offer fun hints at Tiana's rich past in New Orleans. Below the lit marquee that reads Tiana's Palace, hanging above A metallic gold balcony is an emerald green wrought iron railing and awnings dyed in yellow and green, reminiscent of Tiana's beautiful formal ball gown. And you'll be surrounded by the colors of Mardi Gras as you sit below at the yellow tabletops on warm vanilla-colored chairs with green seats in the shade of yellow and green umbrellas. So lots, the whole concept of the bayou coming to life with a Mardi Gras celebration, that's already been in place, right? Like the ride story is just going to continue into Tiana's Palace, into Eudora's Chic Boutique. So it's really, really cool how they're incorporating it. We didn't get any information from Disney about the menu. The last thing that they said in the announcement said, "We're so excited to welcome you soon to this exciting transformation, as well as mark the return of the Mint Julep Bar. At Tiana's Palace, you can enjoy new menu items that represent Tiana's story and honor the flavors and flair of New Orleans, with an effort to source some ingredients directly from the state of Louisiana when possible. Plus, you'll now be able to mobile order these new dishes on the Disneyland app when the location opens. Stay tuned for a first look of the menu, coming soon exclusively to Disney Eats." So we're going to get it on Disney Eats, not necessarily Disney Parks blog.
What the hell's Disney Eats?
That's where they've been releasing a lot of their food stuff lately.
Is that an Instagram? What the heck is this? Disney Parks, Disney Eats?
The foodie guide.
What the heck? Is Disney Eats not considered Disney Parks blog, or just like a sub channel of it?
It's like a sub thing.
Wow. I guess.
Yeah, and for those that are, there's a lot of confusion in the chat too about like the. Was it Mondo?
I'm just frustrated. Just drop the menu. I almost don't even care about opening day. Drop the menu. I want to get excited because the food is what this is all about.
Yeah, there's some confusion in the chat about like the restaurant having reservations. Before this restaurant closed and it was the French Market, that was quick service. You walk up and order and sit down. And it's going to stay quick service. There's no change to it. So you can't find reservations for it because it's not going to have any. It's going to have mobile order, and it's going to be a normal quick service location. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this location opened exclusively with mobile order, but we'll have to wait and see. That's something that Pim Test Kitchen did when it first came out over in Avengers Campus, just because of the demand of everyone wanting to go there and not really there being that much space to accommodate a queue.
Well, Tiana's Palace, ain't no room. Ain't no room.
Yeah.
Damn. And now we got like some weird queue going on inside Pim Test Kitchen. Have you seen that like zigzag they put in there now? They got like railings in there.
Yeah.
Before we keep going with Tiana's Palace, I saw regular Josh 1 Super Chat, but I want to go to My Alyssa dropping a 5 on the Venmo. Sorry for getting this one late. I apologize. My Alyssa says, "Happy Sunday. Hope you all are staying safe. I literally screamed when they announced Duffy will be in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse 2025. Does this mean it will come back to the U.S. parks for real this time?" Okay, so my first thoughts, somebody in the Five Fire community also said that, and I was like, what? And I guess Scott Gustin posted about it. I just missed it, or maybe at the time I just kind of like overglanced it. But did you hear about that? Duffy coming to Mickey Clubhouse?
I didn't know. They did have a Playhouse Disney or Disney Junior an event in downtown Disney that took up like the whole downtown Disney on the West End. There was a bunch of stuff going on, and they were showing clips and episodes from the new show, the new Winnie the Pooh show. They had stuff there for that new Jedi, the Young Jedi one. Lots of stuff in downtown Disney. So maybe they announced it in the downtown Disney event for the Duffy.
I will go out on a limb and say yes, Duffy will be making a return. I don't know about Duffy and Friends, but Duffy will be coming because the key word, it ain't even Duffy. It's that it says Disney Plus. Well, my Alyssa, get excited. Disney Plus has such power that they even influenced like the honey mustard at McDonald's with the freaking what's his name, Loki show. Loki. They did honey mustard Loki. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I believe Disney. If this is all come to fruition, it doesn't get canceled or nothing. Duffy will probably come to the parks. I wouldn't be able to tell you if Duffy comes to Walt Disney World or here, because you never know. Maybe Duffy only goes to like the Polynesian resort or something. Like they only keep him at the hotel. But it'd be cool if he came to Disneyland Park. But my Alyssa, thank you. If anybody wants Duffy, it's my Alyssa. She's just like, bring the merch.
We got a super chat from regular Josh 1. He says, speaking of Tiana, does anyone have any news on the new Tiana series that's supposed to premiere on Disney Plus? And will that show and new ride have any connection with each other? It's been weirdly silent.
I have to say there's nothing. I almost feel like they don't want to unveil much because it's going to... I could only assume this new show has a lot to coincide with everything happening right now at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. The ride, Eudora's Chic Boutique, Tiana's Palace. For all we know, maybe the Tiana's what was it? The Jubilee? What is it called again, Danny?
Yeah, the Showboat.
Showboat Jubilee. I have a feeling all of that stuff's going to just tie in together and it's going to be influenced from the show. Disney Plus is literally the leader of them all. Wherever Disney Plus is going, the parks are going. Disney Vision's going. So I'm guessing there's spoilers involved and they just don't want to leak none of that stuff. But yeah, I say whenever that show's coming out, I bet you we'll start hearing more details about Splash Mountain, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and whatever else is coming. Like if maybe some entertainment. But it is weird. And it's very important to them. But thank you, my Alyssa and regular Josh 1. Mickey's Clubhouse is still around? I guess, dude. I didn't even know it's still around.
Yeah.
Not that I watch, but like, man, I feel like I'm in the know of Disney. I didn't even know. Mademoiselle Papel dropped. The winds are definitely picking up. Speculation Sunday is my comfort blanket during this tropical storm. Hey, thank you for that. This is my comfort blanket. Just get my mind off it. Thanks, Mondo, Danny. Stay safe, everyone. 5 fires. Thank you, Mademoiselle Papel. And then we also got David Yeats dropping a super chat. What up, Mondo, Danny? What's up, David? Thank you for supporting the fire, David. Let me see. I'm just reading the chat right now. I'm so done spending money on Duffy merch from personal shoppers. Like I feel the passion behind that one from my Alyssa. All right, we've talked about Tiana's Palace. We've talked about the tree house. Is there any hope, Danny? I feel like we're set back even more with the rain. That Toontown's Donald boat comes alive, or they're just shelving that for next summer. What do you think?
Well, the walls are up around it. When I was there, in fact, the fountain changed, in my opinion, again even more. They got these new flowers in the fountain that squirt down dancing water all around it. So there's like water dancing from flower to flower to flower all around the fountain. In addition to the new animals that were added in it, and then of course the lily pads, you can press on them and make it squirt up. So the fountain's truly like at its number one interactivity level, which is what they were going for. They got walls all around Donald Duck's pond, so it looks like they're probably finally getting started on that project. Maybe a little too late in the season, but at least they're doing it.
At least it's happening. I think they shelve it for next summer, Danny. They're just like, people are already enjoying Toontown. Honestly, nobody's complaining. Just get it done next year. And it probably involves like a more budget that comes from next year's budget, not necessarily this year. Because Disney, their end of year is, I could have sworn October. It's like October 1st is a brand new year for them when it comes down to budgeting and just their whole fiscal year.
Yeah, it's like mid-October or something.
For Disney, there was actually, I have to bring this up because this is like a topic that I really wanted to discuss with you, Danny. We already know that King Thanos ride probably will never exist, but they've been working hard at something, and it's this right here. This is King Thanos Gift Shop. This is a new store that will be coming to Avenger Campus, but at the same time, it's going to bring a closure of the Superstore, which is Stage 17, where most of the Avenger merch is being sold now. Do you think this store is any bigger than Web Suppliers, which is the store, the other store that sells merch? Because my thoughts on this, Danny, how can they build a big store when in all reality they don't even know what ride they're building here? It was going to be some Quinjet ride involving like Black Panther and all this craziness, concept art of like people going in different directions in the ride. And now they went to some, it looks like it could possibly be like Simpsons right at Universal Studios Hollywood. But they're like, hey, we're going to build a store here. What do you think is the route of all this and why? Like just from your thoughts, Give us your insight, Danny.
There's those sliding doors that are like to the left of that on the other side. I'm not sure if all that space is connected at all. And I'm not really sure how Disney plans on using the space in that building for the new attraction that's supposed to come. It doesn't really look like when you look at it from above that there's that much space there. Like Mondo was saying, like how much can it really be? My thought is that Disney has, they want to be able to use Stage 17 again for other things other than just a big giant Avengers store. And so we have a closing date for that, right? We know September 14th is the last day to visit the Avengers Superstore. I kind of enjoyed having the Superstore there in the sense that when we saw new things for Disney Plus, like new Marvel shows, new Marvel series, etc., we got like props and like set pieces and things like that were in the store like right away. So that was always pretty cool. But the Avengers, what is it called? Is it the Vault now, or what's the new?
Yeah, I think it's called the Vault.
But that location, I can't imagine it's going to be that much bigger.
They're going to call it the Vault, Danny. They're going to call it the Vault. Let me show you a picture, Danny. Why are we getting this? What the hell happened to this? This is concept art from 2019. What happened to this? We're just going to act like this never existed? or Daddy, are we just thinking too small and somehow they're going to build this out? You think this is coming? Oh, damn.
Man.
Dude.
That looks so cool. That's like maybe the entrance exit. I don't know what.
It kind of gives me like Cosmic Rewind vibes of their entrance. That's what it reminds me of a lot. Yeah. Avenger Campus is a complete S show to what it was probably supposed to look like. There was bigger vision for what it was supposed to be, and it just never happened. And let me show something else, because this concept art has changed a couple times. Let me bring up the other one that it's exactly the area right here. Let me show you this, Danny. Okay, so Avenger Campus is so much an S show that they abandoned that other one we looked at, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna go with this one. And they actually got characters and stuff running above right there. There's no store right there. What the hell's happening to Avenger Campus, dude? You know what I think's happening is there was probably budget concerns literally from the start of this, and there was probably people in charge of Disney with lots of money, or not lots of money, lots of power in regards to like approving things, and that person or group of people just didn't want to invest in Avenger Campus like they wanted to. And we're the current version that actually became a reality of Avenger Campus is probably like 50% of the true idea of what they wanted it to be. Because look at this. There was more to this land. And we've seen Werewolf come out to this section. So when I look at this concept art, I'm guessing maybe there was like stunt show stuff that was supposed to happen outside of where they currently do the stunt show, which is like all the way out here, you know? Maybe that stunt show came out this way. But when I look at this concept art, I don't see an Avenger Campus store, Danny. What the hell's going on? What are your thoughts now when you see this picture? It's just crazy.
It's crazy how much they've changed that building over the different announcements that we've gotten at different D23s, right? But yeah, we've never had a cool building top like that where they run out. And in fact, like even where the construction walls popped up, I don't even know how we're going to access this gift shop. Are we going to be using the sliding doors, at least for the time being, until the ride gets a little bit closer? Like, are they going to make some weird side door that's kind of, I don't really understand that.
I feel like that's the exit. Because you are right, Danny. The sliding doors in the front, which I guess I could bring it up in this concept art, like the sliding doors that are in this front area, it's just weird. I'm just going to leave it at that. It's just weird. Avenger Campus, it's just, I guess. What I'm getting at, does this mean bigger and better things are coming for Stage 17? Because Stage 17, I almost feel that's like their creativity corner. That's where they do cool stuff. Does it get used for Oogie Boogie Bash? Does it get used for, what's that new movie coming out? Wish? Maybe we could see a Wish experience in there, you know? Because they've done that with, what was it called again? Frozen. What are your thoughts on Stage 17, Danny? When now that it's freed up?
Yeah, I think, before Avengers Superstore came in there and they used it during the pandemic, this was a hot spot for private parties, private events, employee trainings, outside employees training centers and stuff like that. So, Disney has found a niche market in a lot of these private events that happen, and it can make them a decent amount of money. They're regularly holding wedding receptions in the animation courtyard of the animation building. So maybe they can make it a little bit more of a private venue over there. I don't know, but those are big money makers for them. So gaining that space back to bring in a more profitable private event space rather than like a gift shop that takes up a ton of space that really doesn't really sell all that much compared to the way it used to. So,
All right. So maybe just it's not even theme park; it's just corporate events, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think they're ready to explain. I don't think they're ready to explain what they're doing, what their plans are yet for Hollywoodland. I mean, I'm sure something in the long run will potentially, replace Hollywoodland, but I think for the time being, anything that way is like way on the horizon. So I feel like for now, the best and most profitable way for them to start making some money, recuperating, is having that space back for private events.
Yeah. All right. Is there any way Avatar Experience comes to Hollywoodland, or they're thinking bigger and better things, like Disneyland Forward?
What do you mean?
Like, do they do Avatar in Hollywood Land or Hollywood Lounge or whatever they call it?
Mm.
Do they demolish
Um,
PhilharMagic, Monsters Inc., even Hyperion, I guess, and they just throw
like I
Avatar?
said, I feel like that's there's definitely a long term plan for something there for sure. But I don't think that's something that we get now. I think that's something that's further down the line.
Yeah. Um, all right. Let me get back to this question. What characters are at Oogie Boogie from Kaylee? Dropped a super chat earlier. I promised we'd get back to it. I could tell you right now, it's going to be Ernesto de la Cruz, Sanderson sisters, Lotso, Maleficent, probably Mother Gothel again. It's been rumored Madam Mim's coming back. Uh, Oogie Boogie will be there. Cruella de Vil will probably be back. That's pretty much your line.
I also had an opportunity, Mondo, and I'm glad you brought this up because that was where I was going to head next. I had an opportunity yesterday to walk the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail because it just reopened after being closed for the installation of the major infrastructure they need to put in there for Villains Grove, and nothing looked different. We had the same projectors that we always have. Even the section just beyond the Cheshire Cat section at the very back where they have the white roses that turn red, with the Queen section back there, all those
Yeah.
roses on the ground. The roses were all in there in place. The light bars were attached to the sides of the tree in that forest section for like the evil queen part. So it looked, yeah, all those roses were in place just like that. So for on first walkthrough, it didn't look like anything's changing, not a single thing.
So same walkthrough.
Same walkthrough. That's what it looks like. They could surprise us with something new there, but
There you go.
seeing these props, there wasn't really that much different. So
I don't think Villains Grove is going to get any change. Um, yeah. Uh, Villains Grove, all it takes to make it twice as cool is a couple characters and the candy trail. And then it's like, this is the coolest experience at Oogie Boogie. You know what I mean? Uh,
yeah,
but overall, Villains Grove is still badass. You've never done it before. It's worth the time to do. It's definitely a not miss. Like, you want to do Villains Grove. If you're going to Oogie Boogie your first time, uh, you should not miss out on Villains Grove. I recommend it. But Kaylee, those are the characters coming. Disney hasn't announced nothing, but that's just what I've heard, and I find it hard to believe those characters don't come back. I don't have no official word. That's just a speculation. Hopefully,
yeah.
there's new characters, but I couldn't tell you what they are. There's no like hint or something. What's the over under Disney announces Tiana's menu or Oogie Boogie Bash lineup this Thursday? Which one happens more, Danny? Tiana's menu or Oogie Boogie Bash details by Thursday? Which one?
I think we get both. I think Disney's going to want to try to steal some of the thunder away. I think they know a lot of people that normally cover Disney theme parks as far as like content creators and stuff like that. They are fully aware that they're all going to the event at Knott's Berry Farm, so they're definitely wanting to have a piece of that thunder. So I think that's a very good theory from Wing Nike that we'll see something on Thursday.
Yeah, I think Oogie Boogie will be the one. If I had to take a guess, they drop Oogie Boogie lineup just to steal the thunder from Not Scary Farm. You know when me and Danny been saying this for a long time that Disneyland like they almost like their media team can't stand another theme park shining when it comes down to social media. And the one where I was like, that was the randomest thing in the world. Randomest thing was the day Calico River Rapids opened at Knott's Berry Farm. I think like 2018. and Disneyland just dropped the walls of the castle, and Calico River Rapids just disappeared because the only thing you saw on social media feeds was the castle. Look at the new paint and the gold and the walls have dropped. Every blogger and their and any social media, just they all ran to Disneyland to get either photos, videos, whatever of the castle. And I remember because like it had to have been like a Wednesday or Thursday, dude. It was like, why are they dropping the walls today? What? It was just, yeah, that was the day where I was like, dang, I believe it now that like Disneyland just can't stand other theme parks shining in social media. So Thursday will be big announcements coming from Disneyland. And Oogie, am I? Hopefully we do get Tiana's menu. All right, Danny, we got to get to the most important part of Disneyland conversation. And I guess I have to go to Disney Eats, which is really weird. But they're the ones, the foodie guide dropped. Halloween dropped the foodie guide. Did you have a chance, Danny, to take a look at the foodie guide?
I took a look at some of it, not all of it. I kind of glanced it.
Yeah, anything like just stand out to you where you're like, I want to try that? Or a couple
the stuff that they had listed at Smoke Jumper's Grill kind of was standing out to me.
Let me go there. Man, they went hard, dude. They did a good job. Nope. Here we go. Smoke Jumper always bringing the fire every season. That burger on the top left over there, that's very interesting. It's a ghostly double cheeseburger, double beef soy chorizo burger with provolone, ghost pepper, black bean spread, avocado crema, cabbage pico de gallo served with a crinkle cut fry. Holy smokes, that sounds good. That's probably the fanciest burger on resort. That's a lot of ingredients going into that thing. To me, I really feel that this lineup that they did an incredible job. We probably still got a couple more treats coming. Because usually for Oogie Boogie, they do like Oogie Boogie specific little foodie guide, and they haven't dropped that news, at least as far as I know. The one that I thought was the most interesting, and it's kind of weird because it's like you got to pay like $80 to experience. I think it's like $80. Is the Tomorrow Skyline Terrace got a brand new menu? So hey, you want to try any of this? You got to pay $80 to watch the fireworks from Launch Bay. Are you surprised by a move like this? Why not just add these to Galactic Grill? Let everybody enjoy them. To me, it was a weird move.
It's definitely a way to incentivize people, to purchase, viewing from that space. If you think about it, they've got to do something to incentivize it, right? Because when we think about Wondrous Journeys, and also definitely even more so Halloween Screams, I mean, you really want to watch it from in front of the castle just based on all the stuff that's going on. And when you're watching it from the Tomorrowland area, especially on top of the Star Wars launch bay, you're not seeing anything. You can't see the castle physically. You can maybe see like the tops of it. You're not seeing any projections. Maybe you can catch a glimpse from that far away. I'm not even sure of the little blow up ball thing.
You're really not going to see nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. So and we still haven't even confirmed that they're going to bring back fire effects for this fireworks show either.
Yeah.
So that's a whole other thing. So I feel like in all reality, I couldn't recommend watching fireworks from the Skyline Terrace or whatever it's called. Just because of how much stuff you actually miss from watching it on Main Street, unless you truly want to have that like nice experience where you can just sit down, have your food, eat it while you're watching the show.
Be away from the crowd.
If that's important to you, maybe this is worth it.
Yeah, I agree with everything Danny said. Half the fun is seeing Zero flying over the castle. Seeing the fire effects come through at Halloween Scream. Everybody scream! You know what I mean? All that. It's just so much fun. Anywhere down Main Street is a great spot. to watch Halloween screenings. You don't necessarily have to be at the front of castle to enjoy it. They do the projections for the most part down Main Street. I don't know. They're trying their hardest. To me, the menu's cool. I really wish it was just available to everybody because I want to try this stuff. It sounds good. It sounds good. There is one thing too I wanted to mention just in case you missed out on it. Where is it? Oh my gosh, where is it? Am I tripping? Is it at the top? I'm sorry, I'm scrolling. So no, it's not at the top. Where's that popcorn bucket? Oh, here we go. Okay. Right here. All the people wondering if we were going to get that popcorn bucket. Well, it's coming, and that's the float from our Halloween parade. Florida already got that mayor popcorn bucket from Nightmare Before Christmas, but we're going to get it too. And we're going to get it in just regular theme park hour. You don't have to be in Oogie Boogie to have an opportunity to buy that bucket. Because in Florida, you had to be at the Halloween party to buy that bucket, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a real big benefit coming out of Disneyland. We got Jessica F. dropping a super chat. Let's go. She says, can I get a birthday shout out? My birthday's this Tuesday. Also say a prayer for me. I go in a procedure tomorrow for my legs and back. Thank you. Love the Five Fire community. Happy freaking birthday. Oh my.
Happy birthday, Jessica. She's always like a big time supporter of all of us. So huge shout out.
And most importantly, as much as your birthday, hope your procedure, everything goes well. If you can, message me on Instagram just to know you're fine and recovering, and hope your family and loved ones can assist you through this journey you're about to go in through with the procedure. But my fingers are crossed and praying for you, Jessica. You're an incredible mod, incredible. I consider you a friend, honestly. But thank you for your time. And one more time, happy birthday, Jessica! You gotta hit the horn. Heck yeah. Let's see. I gotta get that pinned.
And also shout out to Rugari 21, Henry 21, and his whole family. Got to meet all them.
Yeah, I saw that picture, Danny. That was cool.
Yeah, I finally got to meet them. I know you've met them before, Mondo, but I had never had a chance to meet them. So.
Rugari, Isabel, and family, like, honestly, they're incredible people, and their support means everything. They've been with us from, like, the beginning.
Yeah, very beginning.
We're in the freaking back patio with posters behind us. Now we're on a green screen sharing the screen. Like, we're all high tech these days. Shout out to Rugari 21 as well. There's something else I want to talk about, Danny. I don't know if you had a chance, but this is the food and the dessert package, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it's $90. Are you doing the dessert package this year?
No, I'm not.
I'm not gonna hate on it because I know people love it, and I really never heard a bad complaint about the Oogie Boogie dessert package. But I know people that don't do it, they all complain about the price, and I get it. $90. I just wish these were available, like at Lamplight or Carthay. Like, make them available somewhere. I want to try that Oogie Boogie thing, and especially that Jack Skellington thing. I don't even know what they are. But yeah, this is the package, everybody. If you don't know, you're going to Oogie Boogie, you want to spend another $90 per person, and you get like premium seating for the parade and desserts. This is the package you're getting. Overall thoughts, Danny, on Disneyland and the food, everything. What are your closing thoughts on it all?
I'm excited for the food. I mean, there's a lot that I can't eat, right, since I have dietary restrictions, but I like that they went. I feel like they got back to like going as hard as they have for like those first few seasons. We got that food guide. It's taking me back to like 2018, 2019. I really like that. So there's some really creative items, although there's a lot of repeats, right? People love those repeats, so I think that's why they're coming back. Um, so I'm excited for it. I think the Halloween season is going to be good. It's crazy we haven't seen that much decorations get put up yet. But maybe we see that this week. Maybe they didn't want to put them up before like the weather, all that kind of stuff. So maybe they go hardcore and just go this week. But I'm ready for it. And September 1st isn't that far away.
I have a feeling we're going to see pumpkins Tuesday. I think we see pumpkins Tuesday. The big Mickey Blinky that goes down on Main Street's already behind the stage. You know, I've seen a lot of videos. I think Timothy posted a video. So all the decorations are here. It's just a matter of this rain and winds and hurricane to get through. But Tuesday, I feel like Tuesday is a big day. Love you too, Brigari. Love you too. My closing thoughts. I'm very excited. I know we didn't talk too much about San Francisco, but we're August 31st. It should all be unveiled. It should all be unveiled. So there'll be a lot to talk about with San Francisco very soon. And
also, another thing I mentioned real quick, Mondo, when I was there yesterday, the gift shop looked basically done. Like the walls could come down at any moment. And Aunt Cass's Cafe, the signs were up, but they had them covered. So
so we can't see. We couldn't see like the branding of it.
Yeah, they had them up, but it was covered. They were all covered up.
I hope Aunt Cass Cafe is good. I'm excited to try it out. Lucky Fortune Cookery, I think they did a great job. I like the food. I like the macaron, and for the most part, almost everybody says they love the beef. Is it the ramen? The birria ramen?
Yeah,
I think it's the birria ramen. My closing thoughts on Disneyland. I'm excited to see all the change in downtown Disney because I feel like that topic will be a lot stronger of like people's interests by the end of the year. I feel like change is coming. Oogie Boogie Bash, I already know it. Y'all know it. Thursday's the big day. Oogie Boogie. They can't stand Not Scary Farm Shining on their own. All right. We got Michelle with 4 months of membership. Dessert party was a one and done for my family. It was nice to have a table, but not this time. Suck away from the rest of the event. Oh, I see what you're saying. I could see that because the dessert package, you're pretty much giving up an hour of your time to do that experience. When you could be trick-or-treating, you could be doing a photo op, you could just be walking around and enjoying the vibes at the event. That is true. The dessert package, you're devoting at least an hour of your time for that. So thank you, Michelle, for 4 months of membership. And thank you for that insight because I didn't think of it that way. But that is so true. Yeah, rather buy drinks at Bayside Brew. Me too, man. $90. $90. I was shocked. I'm pretty positive it was $90. We also got another member. Oh, damn. Hold on. Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
It's King B. He sent a message that says 5 fires, member for 3 months.
Let's go, King B. I'm trying to bring it up. Oh my gosh, there we go. I lost it. Heck yeah, King B. I hope all is well. 5 fires, man. Hope to see you at Oogie Boogie or Scary Farm. Haven't seen you in forever, man, but I hope all is well, King B. Hope you're out there staying safe as well with all this rain, man. Dude, this rain, I have the window open and the rain's loud, dude. I can just hear it behind me. Isabel, 5 fire. We got to get pizza. Maybe we do it this week, Isabel. All right, let's move on. Macy says we hit 400 likes. Oh, damn. Let's get a 500. 500 likes, 500 likes. All right, let's move on to the last theme park. And I think this is the biggest topic of conversation. I know everybody wants to talk about Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood. All right, I'm going to get straight to it. We got walls with monsters kind of peeking through. These are walls that went up at the opening scare zone, which is where the fire towers are. And from what I'm hearing, these are the monsters that will haunt you. What do you think, Danny? We're gonna have like toys as the opening scare zone. Are you scared of toys? How do you
Yeah,
feel?
some of them. I've always been scared of that like monkey with the with the symbol or with the big kind of
I know what you're talking. Like it's
the
like
things that he's clanking together. I think it's called symbols. That monkey freaks me out. So seeing a giant version of that walking around, that's gonna be scary.
yeah, and I'm excited to see what could come. That's the one Danny's talking about right there. I'm excited to see what the opening ceremony is. Normally Halloween Horror Nights, it's like a show. It's like a big event. Ceremony is the kickoff to having Halloween Horror Nights come to life. I'm excited. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. It's definitely going to be scary. I'm scared of toys. Like these are like literally killer toys. Like it's just going to be wild. But we got to wait for some announcements from Halloween Horror Nights. But I like that they did these construction walls to kind of hint at us what's to come. Another thing, and I want to ask Danny your opinion. You know, you've been through a lot of horror nights. These construction walls made it really tight at the fire towers. And these fire towers, I feel like, are more pushed up now. It's going to be weird with big ass crowds here, dude. What are your thoughts on this one, Daddy?
Yeah, I don't know. Are those walls going to be staying there? You think?
Dude, they have to. Why would they pay money to theme these walls if they're not going to be there for a while? You know.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's not cheap to hire people to move these heavy ass boxes. I feel like maybe like a month from now, those walls do come down, and then they kind of open up the opening fires.
It is a little bit easier. It is a little bit easier for them with the walls there, I will say, to kind of section off that part of Universal. Especially with a paid early entry now, right? They need a little bit more protection for allowing when people, because even though the early entry begins, there's going to be people in the park still, that are still kind of
roaming.
flowing out from the other parts of the park. So it's going to be, I don't know how they're going to handle it, but maybe kind of like closing it in like that helps them better control the early entry access and people that are part of early entry and people that are not part of early entry that are waiting and queuing kind of right there just to get in.
Yeah. I'm excited for whatever is this, but it kind of makes me feel like we're not going to see a lot of decorations going up just because there's no room. And it's hard to maneuver once you get these big crowds to come in this area. So if there's less decorations, I totally understand. It's just the park's going through a lot of change right now with the Fast and Furious construction on the other side, and then these walls all of a sudden here. So I get it. We got a super chat. MC Junebug 2 Junior dropping the fire. Fired up, Mondo and Danny. Bah, bah. Bah. Hell yeah, Junior. Thank you, brother. We also got Kimberly says they use... I made it bigger. They use that monkey in the Monkey Shrine horror films. That's probably... It's going to be... We're going to have a walking version of that. It's going to be terrible. Dolls, the theme makes sense. Jennifer says, I think this zone is going to be scary, but the aesthetic of it is going to be amazing. I already gave out spam warning on my IG. Yeah, I'm excited. Post all the Halloween content. Just don't be scared. I love Halloween content. We're in Halloween season. Danny Santos, it's our first time with the Express. Can you guys give us a little heads up on what to expect? And can we get through all the mazes? Danny's done it. Danny's done it many times. What do you think, Danny? Give us a couple tips on Express.
Yeah, I had Express. I was able to do every maze. The only thing I didn't get to do was the Terror Tram, and that was because I didn't want to stay till event close. I wanted to leave like just about midnight. and I didn't realize that the Terror Tram closed early because of noise ordinances in the city, right?
Mhm.
So just based on where the tram is located in the lower lot, so they closed like at 10:30, I think, Mondo, or like 11 o'clock. I don't remember. I think it was 10 o'clock that it closed. Um, and I didn't realize that. So like by the time we did all the mazes and we're going back to do the Terror Tram, it was closed. So it's not like I couldn't have done the Terror Tram based on the Express. It's just that like I forgot to do it earlier. So if that's a priority for you, if you want to do it, make sure you do that sooner rather than later. But as far as getting through all the mazes, I didn't have a problem with that at all using Express.
One thing too for Express, do not forget it works on the rides. It works. I think even in the shows, like you get more premium seating, if I'm not mistaken. So use all the Express you can. You paid a big premium for that. Go on Jurassic World. Go on Transformers. You'll have time. You'll have time. But you'll be fine. You'll be able to do everything. Just except like how Danny's saying, Terror Tramp does close early, and sometimes it's different times. So be aware what time it closes. With the
Mm-hmm.
popularity of the fire towers, you think Universal Studios Hollywood would even set it up on the roofs, hang a crossbeam with the flamethrowers between two buildings to open up the floor space. Man, that makes sense, Benjamin. We don't do things that make sense, my friend. We draw fire towers. No, I get it. It would free up all that space. You don't have big boxes. But I have a feeling the boxes might have to do with the theming of the scare zone. So maybe it's just the aesthetic that they're gonna go for. We'll see it all come to life soon. So we'll see. Um,
Yeah.
isn't
Um,
Megan a doll? Yes, she's a doll. What were you gonna say, Danny?
No, I was just gonna say I got a Venmo super chat from Jessica Fernandez. So shout out to Jessica. Also, happy birthday for you again. But she said, "Awesome speculation Sunday."
Thank you. You guys are making it amazing. Uh, let's see. One more time. I gotta say it again. Happy birthday, Jessica! Cool guy. Frequent fear pass all day, all night, all Friday. That's what I'm
All
talking about.
right.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, hopefully, even though we're not part of early entry, they just let us. I really do. Because that was the coolest part about frequent fear is that you could show up early, and then you could show up late. You got both best of both worlds. We got Anthony dropping a super chat. Happy Sunday, everyone! When do you think we will get the rest of the announcements, and which house do you think will surprise everyone this year? My thoughts: Thursday. Universal 2. They don't want Scary Farm to shine with all the news, and they can't have social
Yeah.
media all by themselves. We're going to see Knott's drop something, Disneyland drop something, Universal Studios Hollywood drop something Thursday. I say Thursday. I have a feeling the sleeper is going to be Chucky. Even though even we know nothing about it, but I think it's going to be Chucky that just surprises, and it's John Murray's been hyping it up, so I believe in John Murray. What about you, Danny? Which one surprises? Which
Yeah.
one?
I mean, I don't. I don't know. I think so. I think so too. I think he's been hyping that up, but I just think personally, in my opinion, I think the Last of Us maze. I
Yeah.
think people really lost the hype around that maze as far as like surprises and stuff like that. And I think everyone focused on like this the Latin because like they focused on it, right? They focused on that during like Midsummer Scream plus Stranger Things. But I feel like there's gonna be some crazy I don't want to cuss, but like, there's gonna be some crazy stuff happening inside the Last of Us maze that like I think it's gonna be that thing that like people talk about. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be
Like
come through and be the surprise.
like visually, just probably gross. I don't know
Yeah,
how.
that or
Yeah,
like
Last
just
of
really
Us.
scary. Good
Last of Us could
sets.
get pretty intense from like a visual standpoint.
Hmm.
What do you guys think
I'm not.
about?
I mean, Chucky. I'm not. I don't. I know they hype it. They've been hyping it up, but like I'm going in with zero expectations. Zero
Yeah,
expectations.
on a personal level, I don't really care about Chucky. I'm not a fan. I'm like
Yeah.
not crazy over Chucky, but John Murdy has like, I can't wait till you
He's been
see.
hyping it.
I can't.
He's been,
We've been working on this animatronic.
yeah.
Like I can't wait to. And they went away from the whole. It's part of the show. They're kind of going an original route. So maybe it could be really good. Maybe, but
Yeah. So like I said, to answer your question, like I think it's going to be hyped, and I think it'll probably live up to the hype just because of how much resources they're spending on it.
yeah.
But personally, I'm going in with zero expectations, so I'm not disappointed.
I think the big surprise, and it might be the best maze, is the Monstros, the Monsters of Latin America. That's the one I think. What do you guys think about the speculation of Ghost Scare Zone? Uh, I I have to say I don't have an opinion. I don't know. Um, I heard that too. That like the ones with the chainsaws might be Ghost, but I just I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm a loss for words, honestly. But I hope they make it cool and really fun. Uh, Ghost with Chainsaw sounds pretty terrifying, just being honest. We got a super chat from Carrie Woods. I've been doing Not Scary Farm for 30 years. I want to try Halloween Horror Nights this year, but I'm worried it's going to be nothing but long waits and lines. Top 3 tips to manage that. I got one tip: Express.
Yeah.
You know what, Carrie? I'm just gonna be honest, dude. If you go in with the general admission, and we're talking Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, yeah, I'll even throw Thursday in it. You're probably gonna have a really tough time managing the crowds and the wait times. Because you have to factor in still that people are literally just visiting Hollywood because of Super Nintendo World. The demand is just so unreal right now for Hollywood. Um, I can't help but say buy Express. If you've never done Halloween Horror Nights, Carrie, just get Express or Express Unlimited. I wouldn't recommend an RIP tour because I feel like that's too much for a first time goer. But Express or Express Unlimited, just so you know, the big money. You don't have to drop super big money. But I don't even think early entry could save your trip on an extremely busy day. Like you're still gonna have.
Yeah, it's still gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad.
So we've got
Harry, go to Horror Nights this year. Go to Horror Nights.
we've got a question that they keep Danny Santos keeps asking. Keep in mind, guys, don't spam the chat with your question over and over again. Otherwise, the mods might block you thinking that you're trying to spam. So keep that in mind. But Mondo, he's been asking if you can upgrade your Express that you've already purchased to RIP.
You can, but you could only do that like the day of, if I'm not mistaken. Danny, this goes for anybody. I get asked this a lot, like not upgrade to Express, but just Express to RIP. But like people ask, can I do my frequent fear to Express? The day of. You can, but you're literally upgrading at the worst time, which is the day of. And usually the day of any day you upgrade, it's like the most expensive that day could have been. So just be aware. Like say right now, the day that you're trying to do an RIP, it's like, I don't know, $430. By the time it gets to that day, that $430 might have gone up to like $515 or something. Because that's happened. It happened to me. It's happened to me like.
Well, I don't know, Mondo.
Like,
I don't even know if they'll let you though, because didn't they say that like this year RIP doesn't include Express? Like obviously you have the access during the tour to go through the Express. You're not doing front of the line anymore. You're doing Express. But once the tour is done, you're just in the event like everyone else. Yeah. So wouldn't their argument be that you've paid for Express and you can use it during that time period?
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know. That's going to be a question. But you might have to just call and ask Universal directly, because it could be a day of a thing. But like like Mondo was saying, the price goes up really high. Not to mention too, but like RIP's already sold out like on a lot of days.
That's what I was gonna say, Danny. The day of that you try to upgrade, Danny Santos, it might just be sold out, and you can't even upgrade if you wanted to. I don't think they let you upgrade a ticket unless it's the day of. But give them a call, Danny. That's a maybe guest relations can help you out on that. But just because it's a RIP, I feel like they're like, hey, you're trying to buy RIP, let's accommodate you. We got Johnny with the super chat. How's about underrated good movie, Sea Bear House? I don't know if I can say that word. Universal would never do it, but maybe they just throw a big bear out there and they just don't acknowledge it, but we know what it is. I don't know. I saw like a little bit of that movie, but I just kind of like checked out because it was on Peacock a while back. But I don't know. I think just involving the C word, they just want nothing to do with that at the event. Just from a business perspective. Andy has a great point right here. You can upgrade your ticket to Express after 11 p.m. They don't always sell it because I got rocked one day and they didn't sell it. And I was so sad. I had some friends who had Express and I was like, hey, just save a couple of these mazes because I'll have Express at 11. And they were like, we sold out for the day, buddy. We don't have none to sell you. I was like, no. But they do that is a good option. Express after 11 is like, it's like gold. Like you're going to do everything.
Yeah. It is. We got. I was just gonna say, my question is for Danny. What are your top 3 or top 5 anticipated mazes this year? Well, if we're going all parks, top 3 for sure. I would say my number 1 most anticipated maze is whatever's going in Knott's Berry Farm, where Pumpkin Eater used to be. Pumpkin Eater was my favorite, so I have a lot living up to that space. I want to make sure it's good. Second most anticipated, Stranger Things. I love Stranger Things season 4, so I can't wait to see the maze, experience the maze, see how they translate Vecna into the scare actors. Maybe Vecna is an animatronic. Like, I want to see it. Can't wait. Literally so excited for this maze. And then my third most anticipated maze is the one Mondo already mentioned. Is the Monstruos maze with like the Latin American monsters. I think that one's going to be scary, and I always love that mazes, jump into the scare zone type of thing. So I'm excited to see how they do that too with the mummy section right afterwards. So those are my top 3. I would say all the rest are just plus and ready for it, but those are my top 3.
Heck yeah. And see, Junebug. My question is for Danny. Oh, that was it.
That was the one I did, yeah.
The reason I like zoned out, I thought you were reading a different question, but thank you, MC Junebug. Real quick, too, Gamer says, I have a question. Is the Five Nights at Freddy posters, is it going to be at HHN? I keep hearing that Five Nights at Freddy might have a presence at Horror Nights, but we got to wait till Horror Nights says something. AI, we got freaking AI in the chat. Super chat. If you guys had 1 or 2 dream mazes come true for Halloween Horror Nights that's never been done before, what would it be? By the way, I love your videos. I've answered this question. I'm just going to go straight to it again. Jurassic Park Raptors in high grass, and Terminator, original story, just an original Terminator.
Done.
Tell me those ain't badass. And John Murdy with the big budget. I don't want no little budget on those mazes.
I was gonna say those 2 plus Five Nights at Freddy's.
Dude, people
I think
so bad, Danny.
I think it's the coolest concept ever for a maze, and I really hope it happens in the future. I was just gonna say, Mondo, I'm gonna dip out real quick, but I'll jump back in just a second.
Yeah, leave the link. You're good.
Yeah. I'll leave the link.
All right. Cool. Let me put myself in the middle. Does it? All right. Crystal and Chris, 25 months of that shit. Oh, wrong one. I haven't hit that button in a long time. I don't know why I did. 25 freaking months. 5 fires. 5 freaking fires. This year should be crazy fun. Still so many questions. Heard every night will be open till 2 a.m. Except opening night. Express or frequent fear pass, always worth it. Damn, we gotta wait for Chainsaw Chase Out 2 a.m. Anybody that has frequent fear, you ain't sleeping for like 2 months. That's exciting, dude. When I read Horror Nights is gonna be open till 2 a.m. I just want to say right now, thank you to the scare actors. All the managers working the mazes and just the people behind the scenes, all the way to custodial, the cooks, every merch people, everybody. Thank you for working and making Halloween Horror Nights come to life because, man, they got to work till 2 a.m. And because of them, we get to have this fun. So thank you to all the team members at Universal Studios Hollywood because holy smokes, that's crazy. But thank you, Crystal and Cruz. By the way, I saw your video that you guys posted. Super cool editing. Loved it. Freaking loved it on Horror Nights. Check out Crystal and Chris's video. They had a lot of updates because, man, they're just super fast updates coming through. Andrew Disney. Hey, Mondo, I think Andrew! Dude, what's up? I think one of the theme parks needs Cabaret Macabre from Midsummer. Dude. Knott's Berry Farm, if they could get them, give them budget, give them props, it'd be one of the coolest shows at any Halloween event, theme park related. I bet you anything they could rival the show that's called Nightmare Fuel, which is in Orlando. It is the most mind-blowing show I've ever seen. Like, was it 2 years ago? Dude, I totally agree. Cabaret Macabre, they're so creative, it's insane. What do you think the main show at HHN would be, considering there is no special effects building? It keeps going to the Water World, and people keep saying it's going to be a stunt show. Like people are not expecting Jabberwockies to all of a sudden show up at Water World. But we keep hearing, and I just want to say there's like very strong indication that some type of stunt show is coming to Waterworld. So Universal, they're budgeting big, and I hope it's cool. But Andrew Disney, thank you. Awesome. You made my Midsummer stream that much better, my friend. We got Danny back. Tony G. Are we going to have Beyond the Fog tour this year? I heard no. Dude, I'm shocked. That was like one of the coolest things they did last year. I heard no, Tony. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not even going to go deeper into it. It's just weird. It's weird that experience. I would have done it. I would have paid for that. Sky says, can you do a first-timer guide this year for Not Scary Farm 50th? I've never been to Not Scary Farm, and this year will be my first time going to the event. I'm going to vlog and live stream opening day. My vlog of opening day is usually information based. Plus,
in mind too. I was just gonna say, Mondo. Keep in mind too. Mondo was only able to visit once last year, just because of how crazy it was, and because they didn't have a pass. But Mondo has a pass this year, so there's definitely gonna be more opportunities for him to make like guides and more detailed walkthroughs and all that kind of stuff.
I was gonna say, Danny, like do fun videos like just scare zones, cool foods. Like, I couldn't do that last year. I had to buy a ticket. Oh, man. Let me see. We got Mike Sykes freaking, oh my land, 26 months. 26 months. Thank you for everything you do, Mondo. Stay safe out there, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, Mike. And I'm HHN ready. Can it come any sooner? I hope I get to meet you soon. Mike, I'm gonna be out there a lot, dude. I'm like, I'm ready for Halloween. I'm gonna appreciate. I'm gonna just smell the fog. I'm gonna be in the moment this year at Halloween Horror Nights. To me, I feel like this is gonna be my most special Halloween Horror Nights, just because like I'm going in with the mentality of like I'm just thankful for this event. Same thing with Scary Farm, and as much as I've given grief to Oogie Boogie Bash, I'm thankful to just be there. I'm just in a thankful run this year for Halloween. I just love Halloween. I love Halloween. My class is canceled tomorrow. My lab exam is moved. Hey, you better get a good grade, Jasmine. You got more time. You got more time. But thank you for 26 months, Mike. We got a super chat. I don't see a comment. I think. Oh my gosh. I think he commented again. Hold on. I'll hit that hard 2 times. 2 times. How do you guys feel about Waterworld show rumored to be based around The Purge this year for HHN?
Dude, that would be such an amazing theme for the show.
I think it'd be really good. I think it's going to be really good. The elements are all there. You know, they have fire, explosions, water. They
I
just,
would be so down for a show like I would prioritize that for sure.
especially if it doesn't really have comedy to it. It's just kind of a more serious tone. People trying to survive the purge. And not even that, like it brings that like, you know, the purge is about to immense. 5, 4, 3, and just like the purge has begun. If it's purge, I could tell you right now that it is, like Danny said, it is one of my priorities. It's something brand new. Waterworld making a comeback to HHN. It's a big deal. It's a very big deal. So for me, the hype is there. I'm here to watch it. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. We also got theme parks and things with Johnny dropping the fire. Mondo Danny, could Universal do Resident Evil House? I forgot if they own the IP. I don't know if they've done Resident Evil anything, but I think they did like a scare zone or something. But as much as like Resident Evil, I could have sworn I've had this conversation before, and they said that like when Horror Nights did video game stuff, it just didn't work out. So that's why I'm really curious to see how The Last of Us comes alive this year. But that's just what I've heard over time. Would you want a Resident Evil house, Danny? Did you play the game? What are your thoughts?
I wouldn't mind one. So I mean, I'm not like super hyped about it, but I'm sure they could implement it in a way that'd be really cool. For sure. I mean, I think it'd be a really cool franchise to have. So I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm not like immediately like, oh yeah, like that's amazing. But
yeah,
I know a lot of people would be though.
yeah. I think Resident Evil would be a good scare zone. That's just my opinion. I think like if it was an opening scare zone, so they have an opening ceremony and it involves Resident Evil, it could be pretty badass. I don't know if I would want a house, but a scare zone I think would be super cool. Super cool. Junior, 18 days away from HHN. My goodness. We got 5 months of membership. Our Knott's adventure. I gotta go, but hope to see you both on Thursday. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone. See you Thursday. Thursday. You can buy your boo necklace. I'm just kidding. Oh, man. Sarah Nicole Cauldron with 5 months of membership. Thank you both for keeping us updated on all theme parks. Exciting stuff ahead. Keep bringing the fire. Mondo and Danny 5-5. All right. We are pushing the time constraints. Final thoughts, Danny, on everything. Final thoughts.
Man, I'm just so excited for these haunts. I'm really happy with the maze choices they have at HHN or what we've been given so far. I think it's an awesome lineup. not Scary Farm. We know it's going to hit hard. I'm so stoked. I didn't even see that map, Mondo, that Knott's Adventure had posted, but I'm so stoked that we get to see the gift shop on Thursday. How cool is that? So
It's almost like we get
we're
a
all
house.
gonna get to experience that.
Yeah.
I know. So Noah will get to experience it. Shout out to him. He's in the chat. We're all gonna experience that awesome new gift shop. I can't wait to see it in that little alleyway they created in the back there. So it's gonna be fun. It's crazy that haunts are almost here, and hopefully, just to end it all out, I hope everyone's stayed safe and doesn't have any damage. I was looking at like some postings around here. There's been some downed trees like in my area, so I don't know how crazy it got for everyone else, but
Man, so crazy. I don't know if we've gone through the worst part of the storm, but I could have sworn they said like 1 to like 6 p.m. was like the brunt of things. So hopefully things don't get worse with this hurricane stuff going on. My closing thoughts before we get out of here, I want to mention this. Very sad news, but Universal signed.
I hope they kept it though, Mondo. I hope they kept it.
Danny, somebody told me that it was set to just be destroyed. Like they're just moving on from it. That's what I heard. I find it hard to believe because that's like saying, remember the California letters from Disney like that were in the Esplanade? Like I feel like that sign is like just as important as that thing. I don't know.
I don't know about that, Mondo. That's a historical landmark right there.
Dude, it is. It really is. All right. My closing thoughts. I'm very excited. This is a very big week for Not Scary Farm. We finally get to talk about all the nightmares that come out of that. I'm really excited as well for the development of San Francisco. As it's like a weird one. I've never seen Disney essentially reimagine a whole land, and at the same time it's open. So that I could just imagine the logistic struggle of all the workers that have been making that come to life. But it's going to be exciting. Finally meet Baymax, new merch involving Baymax, Aunt Kes Cafe. Hopefully the food's good. We finally get to try that. And also with Universal Studios Hollywood, HHN, baby. We're just 18 days away. 18 days away. All right, everybody. Danny, one more time, where can we find your podcasts? And just tell people what to expect from your channel coming soon.
Yeah, podcast, the 5571. Find it, search it, any podcast platform. Newest episode talking about downtown Disney construction. I dive a little deep there, so definitely go check that out. And then YouTube, I'll have an update from my experience this weekend. I tried it a little bit different this time. I filmed with a different camera, so we'll see how that ends up turning out. A little bit of mixture of both, the cameras that I use. So that'll be up this week on Just Ask Danny, which is my YouTube channel. So check out all of those. And then I don't know how we're covering this event on Thursday, Mondo. We're doing a live stream, right?
We're just going to go live if internet holds up.
Are you filming any kind of vlog situation or on the side or no?
I'm going to film and I'm going to live stream, and then I'm almost going to probably dedicate the last hour. I want to film everything the store has to offer. That'll just be its own video.
Like a walkthrough.
Yeah, walkthrough, just looking at prices, and I won't be live for that. I want to do a full video of that, but I'm excited. It's going to be fun. Thursday, we'll probably go live like 30 minutes before the event starts. Not too much before the event starts. But most importantly, everyone stay safe out there. This rain is supposed to go into Monday, and see you guys Thursday. See you in the fog, I guess. There might be fog on Thursday. That's what I keep hearing. But if you haven't already, smash that like button. Big thank you to Danny. Freaking incredible Speculation Sunday, Danny. All right, everybody. Smash that like button. Thank you guys for supporting the fire. We are ready to fire it down. I'm the main host, Mon. Doe, and just ask Danny. We're calling it a day. Ah.